Well, howdy. Welcome to Tim Time Projects, where I just came up with a bright idea. It should be lit, but it doesn't have batteries in it. So this is the one of those battery-operated candles, automatic day-night. Where is it? There's a day-night sensor on it somewhere. I know there is. I've seen it. Oh, it's right here. So that's the day-night sensor there. This one here takes C batteries, which C is kind of an odd size, but they don't last too long. Get a couple weeks out of them, and then you got to replace them, and for the cost of batteries. So I came with a great idea. What I want to do is, I had some of these USBs. I'll open them up. You can get them from Amazon. Billions of people make them, but here it is. Okay, and I'll flip it so you can see. Not the Type C. And what I want to do is maybe take this apart, put this inside here so it sticks out a little bit. And I mean, everybody now has some of these 5-volt plugs laying around. So this took 3 batteries at 1.5 volts each, would be 4.5 volts. And these put out about 5, and I'm sure the LEDs will be forgiving enough to work on a 0.5 volt more. So we'll take this apart. I already took the battery bottom off and left it off. And I can see there's some screws inside here. We'll take the screws out and see where we end up with. Okay, I took the 2 screws out here and here. There's 2 in here where my fingers are. And then this just pulls out. Got a bunch of wires up in there, so I'll have this end to work on. So what do I do with, here it is. Here's this. Let's see how this will fit in. There's a little spot right in here where it can fit right in, it looks like. But looks like it maybe need trimmed down a little bit. But there's nothing on that part. Those circuit traces on that part, so I can definitely trim that down. So let me do that, and then I'll need a short piece of black wire and a longer piece of red wire. I'm going to solder right to where the battery connections are. And I'll put this on. I think some super glue will suffice. And then, I guess I got to put that way. Then we'll have to figure out where this is and cut a little notch right in here for that. And I'm just cutting the little edges off here so that it fits inside there a little bit better. There's no traces here to worry about. All right. And if you look at the very end of this, it's actually printed on here as well. Will you focus? Well, anyhow, on the very ends, it even has it printed. It says V-bus for voltage bus, which is 5 volts. And then on the other end is ground. So one end will be ground, one end will be voltage. So I'll take my little wire, just chop a little bit of this off. One thing I do know is I don't want too much of the wire stick out of the other end, because I want it to mount kind of flush to that. So I'll put it in there and then chop it off. I'll probably need better trimmers or clippers to do that. Anywho, let's get this back. We're gonna put this through here like so. I'll bring it over here where you can watch the activity, the funtivity. Put that there, make sure this is kind of where we want it. So we'll put that on the 5-volt side. Put this down to hold that from sliding away from me, and put that down. A little bit of shoulder where my other cutters are, so these are going to have to do. And they did just fine. So you can see it's pretty close to flat. Not completely, pretty close. All right, so now, let's see. I put this here. I'll just super glue that down there. I think I should have a little bit of super glue laying right here in the desk. Let's see how that works. Dab. A little bit there, a little bit there. Put the roof back on it. And hold this down for, I don't know what, 60 seconds? I don't know. I don't think it's quite super glue, but it's glue that holds pretty good, I guess. All right, so here we'll just kind of guess at what we need about here, about this much. We'll strip that, or cut that. That's the negative side. Hopefully they follow the color norms, because they have a black wire running to it, so. I'm gonna pre-tin this wire a little bit so that it sticks right on there without me doing too much work. All right, that one's on. Looks like we got a little wire looms we can maybe put a little, oh crap. Did I really do this? Okay, don't do what I do. Kind of done on the side it was easy, you know, so. All right, let's see. So the dilemma I'm having, I don't know if you see, I didn't pull the wire through the wire lock. So I have a big loop in here. So probably right about here should work. Cut the wire and yeah, see how you put the wire through the wire lock here to hold it from unraveling. Well, it certainly didn't unravel. This one here, I'll put it through. Get rid of that. Let me put this guy over here. Tin this wire here a little bit too. All right. Come up here. Solder right to this is the positive plate. There's that. Okay, put that in there like so. Now I have to look at how this is going to stick through here. Okay, it looks like maybe if I take a notch right about here. Let me mark it with something. Oh, here's my snippers. Let's see, I'll mark it right about here. Here, it has to be a little bit wider because your connector is going to have to fit in there. I don't know. Either way, it's not going to be that big. It's not that visible. Okay. Let me see. cut, starting with these. Just trying to kind of pinch it to get it started. I'm not trying to cut with these. No matter what side I put the camera on, I'm always working on that side. So as you can see what I'm doing here, I'm just kind of not squeezing hard enough to cut through it, but definitely enough to mark it. And maybe if I do that a couple of times, I'll get through it. Okay, boys and girls, don't chop your fingers off. Scar on the top of it too. All right. Okay, then after you've filed or trimmed or cut enough of it off there, whatever you want to do, you can see the that sticks through. And do I have a? That's a Type C. I'm sure. Let me go grab a micro. And then if you really were worried about it, you could fill that all in with black RTV and make it look really nice. But you'll see when you put it back together and put it on a shelf and put a plug in it, you really can't see it anyhow. Okay, let me put these screws back in and then we'll give it a test. All right, so there you have it, just a normal, ordinary cube charger. Where is it? Oh, you know, for finding one of those things. And the USB, the micro is what that's called. And plug that in. You can see I'm starting to work when I cover up the LED. Now I recommend you take the batteries out and leave the batteries out, and don't try and charge the batteries through that, because that is not designed to be a charging circuit, and you could end up with some overheating. So, and if you do that and leave the batteries in, you're kind of gambling with the possibility of a fire, and doing so at your own risk. However, if you wanted to use it with batteries again, you could just unplug that, and now you see it still have the battery holes. So, all right, so let me just stick the bottom part back on. And I guess one other thing to add is, probably if you're worried about it not weighing anything because now there's no batteries in it, you can always throw Play-Doh or clay or stones, or get some rocks from outside and throw them in there, and that would add to the weight. But it's pretty stable. I mean, it's not like, and I think I have some, probably when I put them in the attic, I'll just double face tape them, just because they sit on a real small ledge, and you know, if they get knocked over, I don't have to climb up into the attic and stick them back up, but I don't think that'll be a problem. All right, let's check this one more time now that it's all put back together. Yeah, I mean, my hole doesn't look the best here. Of course, like I said, once you plug that in, it's all hidden. There they are. These do, there's different light modes. Let's see. One's the sensor on, you can just have them on all the time if you want. I think these ones you can change if they flicker or not. But I don't remember how you do that. Anyhow, I got a set of these, and I got ones that run on D batteries. Now the D battery ones, I put them up in October, and November rather, and they're still up there flickering away. They were a little more expensive than these. All right, well there you have it. Hope you found something you can use, and thanks for watching. and get ready for that big eclipse in just a couple of days.